You've been doing your thing for quite some time, bro.
I'm trying, man. You know, just trying to flip it on the dramatic side now, just so they can see something a little different.
You've done enough comedies.
Yeah.
And Hustle and Flow is a drama.
Hustle and Flow is a drama.
Another drama coming up.
Yeah, working on The Departed, directed by Mr. Martin Scorsese, starring Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg.
Talking to me.
And yours truly, Anthony Anderson.
That's gonna be a good look for you, though.
Oh, very, very sexy look.
Congratulations, you made it through some drama, man. There was a lot of drama involving you, man. Like this alleged rape thing that was hanging over your head. What happened with that, though?
You know, we all knew it was lies from the beginning. You know, somebody just out to get a fast buck, and the court saw it, the people saw it, and here we are sitting today. You know, talking about the positives in life.
Yeah, some chick. You ever met the chick before or no?
She was working on the film, or trying to work on the film, and you know, just screamed something that didn't happen.
That's terrible, man.
You know, on me and our assistant director. But you know, we weathered through the storm. You know, it's unfortunate, man, that you know, as celebrities, we're targets. You know, with things like that, man. But you know, everybody has a speed bump in life, and that was mine.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely. Does that make you more apprehensive about fans now, or people that you work with?
Yeah, man. Yeah, no. I mean, you know, we just have a few more measures now that are in place that weren't in place before, that should have been there.
Right.
So situations like that don't happen again.
Because you're a good dude, man.
Sick, and you just kissed me on the lips with tongue?
I didn't kiss you on the lips.
Somebody bring me some rubbing alcohol. You're sick, and you just kissed me on the lips with tongue?
I didn't kiss you on the lips.
Somebody bring me some... Digress. My children and I, we love you and The Parent Trap. I just want to give that to you.
Thank you so much.
And you've grown up a whole lot since then. You're only 17.
Yeah.
You've grown up a whole lot since then. You're only 17.
Yeah.
Are you driving yet?
Yes.
Can you drive?
Yes. It's the same things.
Speaking of pink,
Uh-oh.
I have something I'd like to add to your collection. It's pink, it's satiny, and it's me.
Oh, my God.
It's me. To Lindsay, from me. There you go.
Well, this is going to go right on my bed. And when I see you, I will say hi, because I'll see your face every
Thank
night.
you, baby. Now, aside from entertaining me in your room and in your house, what gentleman will be at the new pad with you and Raven Simone?
No one.
I'm just talking about, you know, like parties.
No, I don't have a
get-togethers.
boyfriend.
She's single, but looking.
But I'm illegal for people that are old.
Well, you know, some men like them young. We ain't gonna mention no names, but, you know, I'm one of them. You know, we just have a few more measures now that are in place that weren't in place before, that should have been there.
Right.
So situations like that don't happen again.
Because you're a good dude, man. I've seen you, you know, we've been in the same circles a lot. I've seen you move, and the way you move, you don't move with security. You know, people can come up to you and say, yo, Aunt, what's up? How you doing? Love your work. You know, love you in this film and that film. Did that make you feel like you got to put like a buffer between you and the public, so to speak, now?
Exactly, man. There are people lurking in corners now that weren't lurking before. You know, just to look out, you know, for me, my family,
right,
and our best interests and all that. You know, because you know, there's some grimy people out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, there's some hungry and thirsty people out there, and those are some of the worst people that you can come across. And then somebody that's thirsty.
Well, this is going to go right on my bed. And when I see you, I will say hi, because I'll see your face every
Thank
night.
you, baby. Now, aside from entertaining me in your room and in your house, what gentleman will be at the new pad with you and Raven Simone?
No one.
I'm just talking about, you know, like parties.
No, I don't have a
get-togethers.
boyfriend.
She's single, but looking.
But I'm illegal for people that are old.
Well, you know, some men like them young. We ain't gonna mention no names, but, you know, I'm one of them.
Former fat boy is one nasty ass man. From the moment that interview started, he was completely inappropriate with a 17-year-old girl. And back in the summer, they tried to come out and say that it was meant to be comedy. it was meant to be all jokes. When just a year after that, he faced his first, sexual assault charge. And after 2004, I think he faced two more, with the most recent being in 2018. I also have a clip that I'm going to play of a former actress alleging assault from Anthony Anderson in an elevator. But y'all, this man started the interview saying she kissed him on the lips, put his hands on her knee and said, "You've grown up since then." She was only 17 years old, y'all, in that interview. That she's grown up a lot since Parent Trap. The most horrifying of it all ended that clip with saying, "I won't say any names of men who like them young," and openly said, "I do." What part of funny or, comedy is that when you're saying it to a 17-year-old? You're asking a 17-year-old girl, who at that time was living with Raven Simone, what kind of guys are they going to have at their house?
We were signing posters for the movie because the movie was out,
Mm-hmm.
and we were done. So we were staying in a hotel, all of us, everybody. It was just, they were sending different cast members out to different cities to promote. And I was paired with this person because we were both sort of easy, off the cuff, and funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we could just go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So it made it interesting. It was just sort of like a meet and greet.
Mm-hmm.
We were signing posters. We were all done.
Mm-hmm.
And I never forget what I had on. I had on a jean jumpsuit that zipped up the front.
Okay.
And we were done. We've been out there for hours.
Mm-hmm.
Going back in the hotel, Vegas hotels, it's a lot of floors.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like near the top of the floor. We were both all staying on the same floor. And I was in the elevator, and he had two male friends that were in town just to see,
Mm-hmm.
hang out and whatever. But, you worked with someone, and then you've been doing promotion with this person. You think that's your friend, and you're very comfortable.
Right.
So getting in the elevator with him and his two friends in a Vegas elevator to go, 42 floors up,
Right.
wasn't a thing. We were just
Right.
talking in there, and he looked at his friend, and his friend pushed the emergency stop. And he said, "You're going to finally give me what I want."
Really?
I thought he was kidding. I started laughing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll never forget, I had really high heels on.
Mm-hmm.
And he came at me to try to unzip my,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when I caught his hand
Mm-hmm.
right here. And I was like, no, you're not going to unzip a big guy.
Okay.
Pushed me back, tried to unzip it. We were fighting now with my zipper because I realized
his,
now
his
we
friend
ain't
is
playing.
in there watching.
Two friends.
Two friends are
Watching.
watching this. Wow.
And kept the elevator from moving. And people, I guess, are trying to make it move again because they're on different floors. So it would start moving, and they would stop it again.
Mm-hmm.
We were fighting with the zipper. He got the zipper down and tried to pull it off of my body.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're fighting. We're both sweating. And I was like, "You not going to, no."
Right.
And we fought, and we fought. And we went up and down. I'll never forget. We stopped on a floor, opened up, and there was a bunch of people trying to get in the elevator. And his two friends stood in front of the door and said, "You're not getting on this elevator." And he got my jumpsuit off of me, like the top of me, but it was still on my waist.
Mm-hmm.
I got out on our floor. I managed to get out on our floor. He jumped off. Like I said, I had on really high heels.
Mm-hmm.
He's tried to stop me by tackling me. He jumped on my back. And you know how, like, those long halls in the casino?
Yeah.
I carried him on my back, fighting, till I got to my room, and I started banging on my door. And I was screaming all the way. But it's Vegas. You
Right.
ain't screaming in a hallway.
Right.
And my fiance at the time came out.
Mm.
He was in the room next to our room.
Mm.
He jumps off, goes to his room, and now we are looking a mess, both of us. I just pushed him back in the door. We went in our room, and I told him what happened. And he said, "I'm going next door." And I was like, "I don't want you to go next door. I don't know what I want to do, but I don't want you to do that because that's going to end up in a fight."
Mm-hmm.
He goes next door anyway. He
As he should.
denied
Right,
everything
absolutely.
that
As he
happened,
should.
but he saw me.
Yeah.
He saw. He
Ain't no
knew.
denying.
He knew.
He shouldn't even been talking.
No, he was. He talked.
It's on site.
He talked
It's on
through it.
site.
Yeah, it didn't
Yeah.
happen. He talked through it. Came back over about an hour later, and he said, he's gonna leave you alone. And I was like, okay.
And that's what truly makes America great.
I can't believe you abandoned a 3-year-old.
I think she was 4.
You monster.
If you watch closely, you can actually see her tiny spirit being crushed. Faith in humanity? No faith in humanity. Faith in humanity? No faith in humanity. That is how serial killers are born.
And actor Anthony Anderson, meantime, is denying claims that he assaulted a woman a year ago. The unidentified woman alleges the assault took place after she met Anderson at an event he hosted. A rep for Anderson released a statement today. It said, quote, "It is unfortunate that anyone can file a police report, whether it is true or false." The woman alleges the assault took place after she met Anderson at an event he hosted. A rep for Anderson released a statement today. It said, quote, "It is unfortunate that anyone can file a police report, whether it is true or false." That anyone can file a police report, whether it is true or false. Anthony unequivocally disputes the claim. The accusation comes less than 2 weeks after Anderson received an Emmy nomination for his role in Blackish.
Because, there's some grimy people out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, there's some hungry and thirsty people out there. And those are some of the worst people that you can come across.
And then
somebody that's thirsty.
And then you can't, it ain't like you can slap the bitch and get away with it. Like back in the early Anthony Anderson days.
Oh, back then, we could have put her in the trunk with some plastic and took her for a little ride. don't think,
Slap the bitch and just keep moving. Slap the bitch now. It's a lawsuit and everything,
man, you can't even call nobody a bitch no more, man. It's a lawsuit. Yeah, so.
I miss the good old days when somebody tell a lie on you, you could just slap blood right out their mouth and get away with it.
Yeah.
When you get a little notoriety, a little paper, you can't do that no more.
The early 90s.